When you're juggling work and family, you need a dish that's super simple to rustle up. I want to make a curry, a really beautiful, fragrant curry, but I want to do it in such a way that it's surprising and exciting. And do you know what? It's just a handful of ingredients, right? I've got ginger, garlic, chili. There's always an onion or that family in the house, and then yogurt, rice, standard stuff. In the freezer, I always have sustainable prawns. These I've just put in a bowl of water for 5 minutes, defrosted them. They're fantastic. So I'm gonna do an amazing rice cake, right? It's gonna blow your mind. So 1 builder's mug of basmati rice into a pan, and then 2 of the same mug of water, right up to the top. So in we go. Get that on full whack, super easy. Season it with a little pinch of salt. So bring this to the boil, cook it for about 10 or 12 minutes until the water's cooked away. And when it has cooked away, turn it down to low for 5 minutes, then it will go crispy and golden. Super simple. Let's get onto the curry. Take 4 cloves of garlic and finely slice it. And we're on to the curry pan. Put some olive oil in there and then go in with these wonderful, fragrant ingredients bit by bit. So garlic in, so about 1.5 chilies. Always check how hot they are, because they can catch you out every now and again. Nice thumb-sized piece of ginger. Just get a little spoon and scrape the skin off. And then just finely slice the ginger, just nice little chunks like that. So that goes into the pan. Look at the colours. Give that a little toss. And then spring onions. Just cut 1 bunch into like 2 centimetre chunks. Sprinkle that in. Right, then we're gonna go in with a good friend, right? Mango chutney. You want a couple of nice tablespoons going in there. So, if you look at the rice, the water's now gone. You've got the little holes here, and now we turn it down low. 5 minutes, don't rush it, and you'll go from standard rice to rice cake. So I'm just gonna steal half of this into here, and then about 150 mils of water, and this will make the most incredible sauce. So, let me go and whiz this up. Now, this is the time when we can go in with our prawns. I left just 1 or 2 prawns whole with their heads on. The rest, I just peeled the shell. A nice couple of handfuls in there. Look at that. I'm gonna wash my hands. So, the sauce goes in now. Couple of minutes, and that's good. So just take your rice and then just flip it like that. Can you see how crispy that is on the top? Right, the sauce. Turn the heat off here now, and then about 150 grams of yogurt like that. Just give it a little shake and just pour. Gorgeous. Easy prawn curry with a lovely rice cake. Get in there and just break it open. And if you look in this, you know, you've still kind of got the fluffiness and the steam stuff inside. See how lovely and steamy that is? It's going for the prawn. Look at the colours, guys. The colours are bonkers. It's just blooming brilliant. Come on, more sauce, more sauce. Let's just do a little bit of poppadom action. A little bit of salad on the side for a bit of crunch. That is a beautiful plate of prawn curry. Rice cake galore. Come on, let's do this. Mmm. Gentle. Fragrant, loads of flavours. Prawns lovely. It's joyful, really, really joyful. I'm happy, so happy. Right, I'm gonna go and serve this to the family. I think they're gonna love it. So I'm gonna do a beautiful superfood curry from my new cookbook, Jamie's Everyday Superfoods. This dish is super exciting because we're gonna be steaming cauliflower, we're gonna be boiling rice, we're gonna be roasting the chicken, we're embracing herbs, we're embracing spices. This food is gonna fill you up with the good stuff. First job, we're gonna get the rice on. So one of the easiest trade-ups that you lovely people can do to get healthier is go from your white pastas, white breads, white rices to whole grain. It's got more fibre, it's actually got a more complex flavour. It does need more cooking, so you're going from like a 10-minute rice product to something that maybe takes 20. So 100 grams of rice goes in, a little pinch of salt. So got the rice on, we're gonna whack the colander on to sort of make use of one pan, a little trick there. I'm gonna use cauliflower. Go through the stalk, let's just leave it in little quarters like that. Whack that into the colander. The leaves, throw in there as well. Lid on, so we're cooking rice and we're steaming cauliflower as well. Now, I've got some lovely organic yogurt, 3 tablespoons. and I'm gonna make a very simple dressing. I got 15 grams, a little handful of mint here. Take the little center leaf out of here, and we're gonna put that to the side. And then these bigger leaves here, throw into the liquidizer. Season it with a little salt. I want the juice just half a lemon, but often people take the juice and throw the outside away. This zest here is quite nice. That's more flavor. Let's go in there. I'm gonna squeeze the lemon juice through my hands to catch any pips. Okay, so let's whiz it up. You're gonna get an amazing color, like a beautiful pastel green, so refreshing to eat. Oh, it smells incredible. So that can go straight into a little dish. Cauliflower, nearly there. I just want to take the rawness out of it, just sort of like 5–10 minutes is cool. We're gonna go back into this dirty liquidizer. Don't bother washing it up. I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of gorgeous yogurt in here, and I wanna make a marinade, okay? 2 cloves of garlic. Bit of ginger, about 3 centimeters. Just whack that in. Pinch of salt and pepper. Then we're gonna spice it up. A gorgeous tablespoon of curry powder, okay? Have a look at that. Smells amazing. The same amount of turmeric. It's a massive anti-inflammatory. Tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. It's not classic at all, but it's got a real kind of twang and richness that I love. Use the other half of the lemon. Waz this up again. But this time we're getting big color. That wonderful orange color, garlic, ginger. That is done. Oh, so get yourself a nice roasting tray. Go in with the amazing yogurt marinade. What I want to do is create surface area on the chicken. See how one end is thin and one end is fat? We can balance out that thickness. Let's just do a little patchwork quilt. Let's just score the chicken at that fat end. Just go down about ½ centimeter. And that's going to allow you to create surface area, which equals crunch and character. I want you to get little burnt bits, because there's a fine line between burnt bits and perfection. Tip this chicken into that marinade. Perfect time to introduce the cauliflower is now. While it's lightly cooked, it's so open to carrying flavors. So rice is still cooking, fine. Just give it a little shake. Toss up your collie. Some of that yogurt will just simply burn on the bottom, and then some of it's gonna cling to the chicken and the cauliflower. You can get that flavor right in there. Lightly season it from a height with some salt, not too much. A little bit of pepper. There's a few little extra things you can do. So this is black mustard seeds. These will soften and give amazing flavor. This is what they make mustard out of. Sprinkling them from a height and they will make a difference. The same with cumin. Just a little pinch, sort of a teaspoon. Whack that in the oven, at the top of the oven, by the way, at 220 degrees Celsius, gas mark 7. So it's been cooking for about 13 minutes. Let's have a little look. It's looking good. This rice has now had about 25 minutes. Let's load it up, baby. Really, really, really nice. Let's get the chicken out now. That's exactly what I want. These little charred bits here, these little caught bit here and burnt bits here. Lovely attitude. Get some nice baby spinach in and around the plate like this. Chisel around, and you're gonna get crispy bits. You're gonna get little bits of, see how this sort of yogurt just kind of cooked on the bottom. It's delicious. I'm gonna put the chicken on the board here. Cauliflower goes in. Look at the colors, white, green, yellow. With the chicken, slice it up nicely. Have a look at this. Really, really good. This gorgeous mint dressing here. Fill those cups of spinach up. We've got the dressing on, a quarter or half of finely sliced chili. Absolutely delicious. Sprinkle these on top. You've got carbs, you've got protein, you've got beautiful citrus and herbs in there, you've got your veg in there. This is rattling in at about 550 calories. Those lovely mint sprigs, this is when we sprinkle it on top. Enough talking, let's get a little bit of everything.
This is a great recipe, guys, because it's bendy and it's flexible. So the curry is made out of ingredients you can get from a standard corner shop. So it's very much reliant on tins and jars and pretty simple stuff here. Onions, garlic, a bit of ginger, some chilies, and it's such a nice thing. And if there's ingredients in here that you haven't got, you can swap them out easy. So let's start with the onions first. Coarse grater. You don't even have to use a food processor or knife skills. So just grate this up like that. So by grating, it just kind of starts the process of releasing the sweetness from the onion. So with the garlic, I tend to just turn it around onto the finer side here and just grate that in. Delicious. And then ginger. So the ginger, I just take the skin off like that. And I save this, by the way. If you dry this, you can make fantastic herbal tea. I know it sounds a bit hippie, but in the morning, bit of lemon zest in there, bit of mint. It's delicious. And then with the ginger, just grate that in. If you can't get the fresh ginger, you can use dried, just a little teaspoon. And if you can't find that, just don't worry about it. It just adds a nice subtle heat and fragrance to it. So look, that is very, very nice. Get a little bit of oil into the pan like that. And then we'll go in with those 3 ingredients. To get that going, just slowly frying on a medium heat. It's an amazing smell. So, chilies. I know it can divide some people. Most people love it these days. Some people hate it. You don't have to use it if you don't want it. If you chop up chili, of course, you're going to get maximum heat, right? But if you take, say, 2 chilies like this and then remove the seeds and put them in as whole halves, actually the heat is very subtle and it allows you to pull it out or kind of put it in and chop it up, and it gives you real control. So that's what I'm doing in this dish. So take the seeds out with the tip of your knife and then put these halves in here like that. Keep it all moving. Because you've grated the onions and garlic, it really allows the sweetness to come out of those vegetables much quicker, to give you that kind of jammy quality. We like that. Okay, so the next ingredient is a curry paste. So you get many flavors, chicken tikka masala. I'm going for a jalfrezi. You could go for balti or a nice korma. So all you need to put in there is 1 tablespoon, right, slightly heat. And this is not a sauce, this is a paste. So that can be like 5, 10, 15 ingredients. They've done all the hard work for you. So these are fantastic. So that goes in the pan immediately. Garlic, ginger, onion, the paste. Wow. So that's guaranteed flavour through and through. Then we're going to go for more cupboard stores, right? Tins of tomato. We're going to go for mango chutney. I'm going to go for some chickpeas. And the mango chutney is really interesting. I'm going to go for 1 tablespoon again. And that gives it the most fantastic sweetness and flavour. Now, you can swap out the curry paste, easy. And you can even swap out, say, a mango chutney for like a beautiful apricot jam or even a little bit of marmalade, right? It's that sort of citrus kind of sweetness that really adds to this curry, and you can get some amazing results. So I'm going to use the sugar in this mango chutney to almost amplify caramelisation. Can you see? Look. It's going a little bit darker now. So tomatoes go in, and I want to just break them up with my spoon, squash it, scrape all the sticky bits off the bottom, and keep on cooking it down. So the tomatoes cooking down beautifully. And then we're going to go in with the coconut milk. So the coconut milk will give it that tropical deliciousness that I so love. That is your corner shop curry sauce, right? That's the base. And from that, now everything is optional. So, you know, absolutely I want to put some chickpeas in because I love them in a curry. Really, really good and super nutritious. So this is a really flexible sauce, ready to look after whatever you want to put in. I'm going to go chicken today. I'm just going to nick just a little bit of that curry paste, just a little bit, and rub it all in on both sides, just to give it a nice seasoning. Oh, mate. Look at that. Lovely. So look, get a pan, screaming hot, full whack to cook the chicken. And then to go with it, of course, I want rice. So that goes in with a little pinch of salt. Happy days. So 1 builder's mug of rice to 2 water. Works every single time, guys. You can always rely on it. Enough there for 4. So that's looking good. I turn that down. We've got rice on, 12 minutes away. Now, that screaming hot pan is where we're going to cook the chicken. It's always good to wash your hands. Keep washing, keep washing. So, at this stage in the game, I want to turn the chicken. Hopefully it's nice and dark on the other side. Perfect. See how dry that is? And sort of charred and scalded. This is a good thing. This is exactly what we want. We want to try and mimic what a tandoor might do. And of course, we haven't got a tandoor, so we're doing it in a pan, but that dryness is perfect. Okay, so guys, let's talk about options and flexibility for you guys. If you haven't got chicken, you could have a bit of salmon or a bit of cod or haddock or whitefish and rub it in the same spice and cook it very similarly like this. And then you plop it in there, easy. You could do the same with prawns in there, delicious. You could do it, you know, with vegetarian options, like, you know, get some chunks of squash or cauliflower, toss it in that paste, roast it in the oven. Roast it in the oven or slice it up and cook it in the pan and then get it in here. There is so many options for this sauce. It's gonna serve you really well. So at this time, just grab a little teaspoon, have a little taste. Just a tiny bit of salt. Delicious, so that's done. The rice is nearly done. The sauce is banging. The chicken is charring away. The one last thing I want to do is the simplest of all salads. It could be iceberg lettuce, gem lettuce, it could be a bit of cucumber, but basically something fresh and crunchy that's going to riff off this delicious curry. So, absolutely nothing flashy at all. I'm just going to cut it in half and literally slice it up. That's it. And just with lemon juice on it, no oil, it is so, so good. So just grab the lettuce in here. Lettuce with lemon, it just always worked really, really well. So I'll do that. Lemon, lime, even a bit of vinegar if you have to. Give it a little bit of a shuffle up. And it just works, in my opinion. Simple, simple, but I love it. Okay, let's have a little look at the chicken. Now this chicken might even be just a little bit under, which is absolutely fine. It's actually quite classic that it's under at this stage. So let's go to the thickest part. Is it under? Yeah, you can see it's under there. Right, don't be scared. This is quite normal because we're gonna plop this into the sauce. And by not overcooking it at this stage, it means it will be succulent when it's in here. So the chicken goes half cooked into the sauce, but basically in 5 minutes, the chicken will be cooked, and this is going to be absolutely incredible. Now is the time to wash your board, wash down. There we go. A simple corner shop curry. The chicken is cooked through. It's going to be good. Right, let's have a little plate up. We get some rice going in the story. What would we do without curry? I'm gonna take some of this amazing sauce. Just have some of that chickpea sauce first, and then let's get some chunks of chicken. Just so good. And then just finish it off with some poppadom. You don't have to use them, but I absolutely love them. You can get them from the corner shops, either cooked or uncooked. And if you've got like herbs like coriander and stuff like that, you can have a little rip up on top, nice and fresh. Little bit of the old salad on the side. So guys, come on, that is the corner shop curry sauce with chicken and rice. Right, enough talking. Let's have a go. Just lovely. You get the stodgy rice. You get the crunchy, lemony salad. You get the really nice chicken. The chicken's really succulent, by the way. It's quite mild, but then you can kind of pull the chili aside and then just sort of make little mouthfuls hotter. Delicious, so good. This curry makes me very, very happy. It's reliable, and what I love about it is its flexibility. The way that you can kind of swap things out. Chicken, you can go fish, prawns, veggie. You can make it your own. Delicious. Okay guys, we're gonna bring together two of the most incredible things in the world, the roast and the curry. Yes, you know it makes sense. This is a proper weekend treat, an amazing alternative to a Sunday roast. So here I have the beautiful shoulder of lamb, beautiful sweet meat that over course of time will just reward you with tenderness and beautiful pulled meat. It's gonna be epic. So first up, we need a spice paste. Let's get some flavors going. I want to go in with 1 thumb-sized piece of ginger. My thumb, not yours. Add a whole bulb of garlic, a pinch of salt and pepper, and 1 red onion. Just peeled and quartered and thrown into here as well. Next up, some serious lamb-loving spices. Mustard seeds, just a tablespoon. These are going to give great flavour. Almonds, a nice little handful goes in. A nice generous pinch of cumin. What we want to do is we want to flavour the lamb, kind of marinate the lamb, but create like a crust
that's just outrageous.
So next, pick it up with some fresh chilies.
I'm gonna go in with 2, but you spice it as you like it. We're then gonna whiz this up.
Now add a lug of olive oil, a tablespoon of vinegar, and 2 tablespoons of lovely yogurt.
I can smell that already. Now have a little taste. Oh, even raw, absolutely delicious.
I'm packing a curry into a roast, so these flavours need to go deep into the meat.
Get yourself a knife and go about 2 inches deep. As you go in, just sort of twist. In, twist, in, twist, in, twist, 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 twist. That's secret ingredient number 1. Okay, curry leaves. They're like little mini bay leaves. Just run your hands down the stalks and you get these. The smell is phenomenal.
Now stuff those leaves right into the meat.
And that's what I call proper flavour happening there.
Spread your marinade under and over your joint.
It's going to stick to the lamb to kind of be this lovely kind of encrustment. Look at the colours, so beautiful. Just going to put some water in there to sort of give a little bit of moisture to the air, and you're going to get incredible sort of sticky goodness in the bottom of that tray. Give it a little drizzle of olive oil, and just look at that, what a picture. That's going to go into a hot oven, let's say about 220 degrees Celsius, for about 20-30 minutes, just to kind of get this kind of crusting up. Then I'm going to turn the oven right down to about 130 degrees Celsius, nice and low. Cook it for 3 to 4 hours until it's sort of pullable and you can just pull it all apart. And in the bottom of this tray, we're going to make the best gravy ever. So 3.5 hours has passed. That last little moment, when it just kind of dances, that's what I'm after. Boom. Look at it. Gorgeous.
And just like your Sunday roast, the best gravy comes from the tray.
You want to save all of this lovely goodness and just pour away that pure fat, okay?
Bring it to the boil and give it a makeover with some fresh flavours.
So we're going to go back with our friend, Mr. Mustard Seeds. Just find a little spot of fat and then just put a little heaped teaspoon in. They're going to start popping. They have wonderful flavour. We're going to go back in with some fresh curry leaves, just for sort of vivaciousness and freshness. Then we're going to go in with the sliced red onions. Nice, fast heat, aggressive, quick. Give it a stir. I love the way it's so immediate. In with the ginger. Then we're going to go in with some green chilli again, nice and fresh. A small bunch of coriander, half to go on my dish, and half the stalks washed to get chopped up and put into this sauce. It's almost like stir frying now. We're moving it around. And then last but not least, some tomatoes. This is like the best of roast gravy. This is the best of a curry sauce. I'm just going to add a very important ingredient, coconut milk. As soon as this comes to the boil, it's ready. Let's have a go. That's naughty. That's very naughty. Needs a nice pinch of salt. It's gagging, just for a little bit of lemon, just to lift it.
All that's left is to platter it up. Your Sunday roast will never be the same again.
On it goes.
I'm serving it up with a lemony green salad, crunchy poppadoms, and some fluffy basmati rice.
That, as a feast, is really amazing. So let me portion you up a bit. Let's not forget that naughty sauce. Look at that, guys. You have to say, that is a celebration. If you did this at the weekend, I think people are just going to go absolutely mad for it. And that is going to be a precious little mouthful. That outside layer of the lamb is so good. The inside is sweet and juicy, tender. And with the gravy or the sauce, outrageous. So next time, do something a bit different. Yum.
As we get towards the end of the week, We're also getting towards the end of the Oliver shopping, so we've got no more meat, no more fish in the fridge. So we've got odds and ends, and that's fine. I've got a humble courgette, carrots, bit of parsnip, bit of butternut squash. Of course, you could use potatoes, cauliflower, sweet potato, anything that roasts up, nice sort of like root vegetables, delicious. When you roast the veg, you're really concentrating the beautiful flavours within each individual veg. So tray here, we're going to create a little bit of a landing strip. You could use a curry powder if you so wish. I've got some leftover Madras spice paste here. I don't want much, like a heaped teaspoon is all I'm going to use. Then I'm going to hit it up with some oil. 2 tablespoons will go in there. And then a little bit of vinegar. So I'll mix that up, and that will coat them all and season them all in the most delicious way. Easy peasy. Now, in here also I'm going to put a salt, and then we're going to go veg. We're going to leave the skins on. A lot of the flavour, a lot of the sweetness and deliciousness is in the skin, okay? And that includes the butternut squash, okay? A lot of people spend a lot of time peeling this. Forget it. Peeling this, forget it. And this, forget it, right? So let's start with the parsnip. Split it in half, then in quarters, then into bite-sized chunks. In we go. With the carrots, I'm just going to split those in half, and again, more chunks. All roughly around the same size. Then we have courgette. With the butternut squash, because of its wonderful skin, they'll keep for weeks. Weeks, you know, just in the corner of your kitchen, waiting to be used. And I think one of the problems with lockdown at the moment is, you know, people are buying quite a lot of stuff and then it's kind of going off. So any way to reduce that is obviously a good thing. We'll just chunk them up again. Now, if you're on your own, and I know there's a lot of people on their own, you can still roast or make the similar amount of this beautiful curry, and you can batch it up into bags and freeze it. So in with the squash. Last but not least, humble frozen veg. So there's 6 of us eating this curry, so 6 florets of cauliflower. So just mix all that up, and there you go. Beautiful dressed squash for roasting. Follow me, Jules. So this will go in the bottom of a hot oven, about 190 degrees Celsius, maybe 200, for about 45 to 50 minutes until just beautiful and golden looking. So while the veg is roasting off and getting even more tasty, I want to create like a sauce for them to get stirred into. I'm going to get a big pan on a medium heat. I'm going to get some ginger, thumb-sized piece of ginger, and about the same of garlic, and I'm just going to finely chop it, okay? We'll go in with some oil, about a tablespoon. The garlic and ginger, put that into your oil, which is heating up. So stir that around. The smell will be incredible. And as that starts to brown off and do beautiful things, I'm then going to go in with 2 tablespoons of mango chutney, and this will start to caramelise a little bit. If you haven't got that, you could cheat with like apricot jam and a little bit of sort of spice from your spice shelf. I'm going to get some tin tomatoes. I've used chopped tin tomatoes. It could be plum, scrunch them up. Could be passata, even chopped fresh tomatoes, delicious. As soon as this has come to the boil, we're going to season it with salt, and I'm then going to add some coconut milk. Now, of course, you could use regular milk, and that'll be fine. It'll give it that sort of creaminess, but the coconut milk gives it this incredible deliciousness. So in that goes, look at that. So we'll bring that to the boil. That is the most delicious, fragrant curry sauce ever. So the minute it comes to the boil, off. And then I'm going to bring into the world a new party. We're going to make the most delicious kind of cheats naan bread. So I've got 2 builder's mugs of self-raising flour and then 1 of cold water. But we're going to go a step further and we're going to stuff it. And one of our favourite things to stuff a naan or a bread with is like very lightly sort of spiced spinach. It's going to be amazing, right? My kids absolutely love it. They fight over it. They have arguments over it. So this is good. So the first job is to get this pan back on the heat,
And let's get our knob of butter in the pan. And what we want to do is bring to life spinach, which could bore people, but we're going to make it so tasty. I'm going to use cloves. I've got a bit of cinnamon as well. Now, you could use any spice you've got. It could be a pinch of cumin, fenugreek. It could be a pinch of curry powder. It could be a bit more paste, maybe a different paste. It could be just garlic, right? We just want to make delicious spinach. Now, these little tablets of frozen spinach I have always had in my freezer. They're brilliant for Indian dishes, brilliant for soups, stews. It's going to be so delicious. So that'll go back in the freezer. I'd normally put a bit of onion in this, but my lovely wife, she doesn't like onions. So we're just going to use spring onions or leeks instead. So let's just cut those in quarters. It's been washed nicely. Finely slice this. So leeks go into your spiced butter. Then we go in with the spinach. I'm going to let this just slowly fry off. Give it a stir every now and again until you've got really dark, dense, intense spinach. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, let's make the bread. My Cheats naan bread is so simple, it's going to hurt your head, right? You got 2 builder's cups of self-raising flour, right? And then with the bottom of your little mug, just make a little well. Very satisfying. So to 2 builder's mugs of self-raising flour, I've got 1 mug of cold water. So that goes in. That's your ratio. So into the water, we're going to add salt, and I'm going to add a little oil, then take a fork and just evenly go around the edge, right? And it will go from straight water to like a pancake batter, then to like a thick sort of dough. I'm using a fork because I don't want to use my hands and I don't want it to go sticky. So can you see now that this dough is getting quite firm? And once actually my fork starts to look even a little bit clean, right, that's a good sign that we can use our hands. So use a little bit of flour on your hands and just kind of move it around. A bit of extra flour just to dust. If you feel that it's a bit too tacky, then just use a little extra flour just to kind of clean your hands, and that's fine. You can adjust. If you can keep it quite wet, look at that, then it will be really fluffy in return. So can you see how this bread, the more I've kneaded it, the more elastic it's got. So now what I'm going to do is just add a bit of oil to the surface and the bread, and that won't stick anymore. So let's rub the oil in, and then what we can do is start to spread it out. Just roughly push the bread out. You can use a rolling pin if it makes you happy. And then I've got this here. If you spread it out like this, it will cool down really, really quick.
Don't take the clove out, all the cinnamon sticking.
Yeah, you can take the clove and cinnamon out, no trouble at all. Normally I put paneer in an Indian bread like this. I haven't got it, so I'm using feta. Half a pack of feta is probably more than enough. I'm just going to break it up. So I'm going to take the spinach with the feta, put it in the middle here, and put that in there like so. Just bring the top that in like this, bring it in like that, bring it in like that, and then we can push that out. And as we push that out, then we're also pushing the spinach out. So I can take this non-stick pan, and because this is oiled already, I can basically just pick this up as a whole and get that in there. Beautiful. I just keep touching it because it feels so damn good. Okay, this I can either cook for 10 minutes on each side on a hob, or I can put it in the oven at the bottom and sort of 20-25 minutes. It'll be golden and crisp and gorgeous. So that's it. Happy days. So let's check on the veg. They've had about 50 minutes. And if you look in here, hopefully, yes. Look at that, that's what we want. See the charring? That is flavour, maximum flavour. Now, if I just show you up here, I've got the sauce here simmering away. So what I have to do now is get these veggies landing in this sauce. Add a little bit more veg if you want, just a handful of peas, bit of chickpeas. You know, all of this is going to add to it being the most delicious curry
Let's serve the animals. I've got a nice stuffed naan. Oh, here we go, lovely people. Daisy is a massive lover, aren't you, Daisy, of naan breads and bits and pieces. So we're going to go in for the kill.
Oh,
there you
so
go.
good.
Oh, look at the feta the way it's melted. Oh. So there you go, lovely people. There is a delicious meat-free meal. As you can see, it's been decimated. The bread's nearly all gone. Guys, was that a hit?
Yeah.
So there you go. Have a go. Nice veggie curry. Happy days. Enjoy it. And that bread, come on!